Hi, good morning, dear friends. I arrived in Kyoto, the cultural capital of Japan. It's a very good place, and just entering into a very historic, probably ancient temple called Honno-ji Temple. I just had a visit before in the museum. It was very interesting, and also a lot of history involved with this temple. This is the entrance of the temple. So I thought when I visiting Japan, it's a good idea to filming about the Japanese culture, tradition, temple. There are thousands of temples all over Japan. This is called Honnoji Temple. The temple's treasure plus tea utensils collected by Nobunaga. Nobunaga. So I just there are a lot of words I mentioned. This is the museum. It explains all about the Japanese temple culture and the kings and incidents and various everything. But unfortunately, the museum we are not allowed to take the photographs because restricted there. There are a lot of swords, a lot of war equipments, portraits, paintings, letters written by kings and queens, everything there. So I just going towards the main entrance of the temple. You can see from the very beginning. Just enlarge the temple. I'm going toward there. A lot of histories. Some one monuments mentioned here. You can see Nobunaga portrait display in the temple. Very hard to demonstrate, I think, because of I don't know, some of the words I find very hard to pronounce. In my channel, I am trying to be showing my friends and people about the Japanese architects, temples, and worshipping their traditional Buddhism. I think this is the main entrance of the temple. Yes, and it's closed. It's a place where people come here and worship. They want to, for well-being. They can pray here, pay some donation. There's a donation box there. You can see. If you want to, you can touch here and do 2 times. Normally here we stand here, we bow 2-3 times and then clap the hands and then put some donation in that box, the big box. For example, if you want to get a good job, get good marry, good husband, good wife, you can pray here and offer some flowers or some coins in that box. I'm quite impressed with the architecture of Japan. Very different to Chinese architects. They are very unique. Now I'm just going towards some of the small temples. There's a pond you can see here. The very importance of this temple is there's a frog which has a 3-legged frog. when some incident happens, some problem happen, that the frogs start to make noise, or then people will realize that something is going to happen. That's three-legged frog. I can show it there in this my leaflet. I want to show the three-legged frog. You see, there's a three-legged frog, very special here. But that's Kyoto is a very big city, second largest city in Japan. But remember, this is a very busy place, but it's surrounded by a lot of modern buildings. You can see that. Look at that. And then right in the middle of the this temple is situated, too congested, but a lot of tourists, a lot of believers, they all come here and pay respect and worship here. There's another shrine I can show. I'm just moving to the other shrine. This reminds me some Indian temples. You go, main temples and the center. This is the main temple, and it's surrounded by there are a lot of small temples. Here they are showing that. I'm not sure what is that for, but I can have a look at it. Just moving very close to that shrines. Big ginkgo tree. The main purpose of this, even if I don't know too much about the history, everything about the temple, but I want to show the temple constructions and architect, etc. It's early in the morning, nearly what's the time? 10 o'clock, 5 past 10 in the morning. It is 23rd of December. Christmas is very closer. I'll be here in Kyoto for next 3 more days. I'm going to explore this historic, traditional, cultural city in Japan, and I'm looking forward to it. My guide, travel agent, appointed by Orly Travels, they are coming. I have a meeting with my traveler, what I can see and explore this Kyoto. So it's at 2 o'clock today, so I had to be in time because my plan is to just go for a walk and explore the city. That's my plan today. There's another shrine also here. You can see the shrine. Everything is written in Japan, but I cannot understand what is that for. Everything is written in Japan. This is called Gyokudo Urkani, 1745. He was born at Karamaku clan in the Buddhist area under the rule of the Okayama Castle. His reign was Takasuke. I think is one of the kings of this area, kings of priests. There's another monument you can see here, showing you, and that is other entrance side. There's a main road there. I'm not going there at the moment. I'm towards the entrance of the temple now, going back. I saw just before there's a place, I'm not sure it's a monument or cemetery. I just want to show you this that place. I think it's looks like a cemetery. I don't know, maybe years ago Buddhist monks or Buddhist priests. They may be our family members. They may be coming to that place and moving, walking toward that place. Or maybe it may be a shrine, something like that. I don't know what that they mentioned about that. This is it's very sad. Not sad, but because they written in most of the language, they are written in Japanese language, so not that easy to understand. Maybe, as I told in the previous my video, one of my New Year resolution is learning Japanese language. Who knows? Maybe in the future I may end up in Japan. Look at that. Looks like a shrine. If I ask somebody, nobody speaks English. Those are other things. So I guess it's maybe a shrine or a cemetery or something very special place. People come and worship, pay homage. So it's just going back to the main entrance of the temple. And just a gentleman is coming behind me. I can ask him what is that. He may not know English. What is that there? What is there? What is there? It's a cemetery? Cemetery? Ah, okay, that's good. Oh, cemetery. That's good. Yeah, it's a cemetery. That's I just asked the gentleman, So he says cemetery. Yeah, that's good to know. This is the side view of the temple, and you can see the modern and history, ancient combined. The modern building on the side of the temple. The temple is here. What a shame, because we need to preserve these areas surrounded. A lot of modern buildings around here. It's a mix of modern and ancient history, something like that. Very cold today. Now I'm going out of the temple. Now you can see a full view of the temple here. There's a museum, which I told before. We are not allowed to take the pictures of the museum here. Now I'm slowly walking out of this temple tour and going into the main streets. I don't want to stop right now because I just want to go out of the temple and want to show the streets, the busy streets. Look at that, the entrance of the temple. And something they talk about this, some of the information. You can have a photo shot it and have a read it. That's what I am showing here. This is written in Japanese language. Now I just come in out from the temple. Very, very busy street. There are a lot of shops, very fashion and shop here. Now I am entering the main street, come out of the shopping complex. Seems like a subway. Early in the morning now, 10:15. People are going for work and they're all in schools. I just showing you there.